How's it going, everyone? Today I have the finals match for you guys. We have purple Luffy on the left and me playing black yellow Luffy on the right. This is the finals match again, so this was probably the most stressful match, but it's not the most stressful match for gameplay as much as it was for a outside source. The gameplay itself was stressful, but you will see why it is. Yeah, no, you'll just see. You'll just see. Let's just say pink lemonade. Anyway, here we go. So I believe I won die roll, decided to go second. Go ahead and the purple Luffy player just passes it back to me. I go Garp to search because feeling good. I think I have everything I need in my hand to actually play the game. I had a Sabo, a Kuzan, so I'm like, alright, I already got some draw there. I do need a Sabo, like a Kid Sabo, and then the Gecko Morias, but the Kuzan and the 5-drop Sabo. Oh, and I have a Moria. So no, I literally had every piece in my hand that I needed, so I didn't feel bad about playing this Garp. He swings 5, I go ahead and take it, because why not? Get a trigger to search. And after I triggered, I'm like, man, this could have been really bad. But it was actually very good, because I got another Sabo. Perfect. He goes Law, and he's going to rip 2 cards out of my hand, and I'm like, shoot. Maybe I shouldn't have did this. But he could hit things that are good, he could hit things that are bad. So he goes ahead and hits this card, Kid Sabo, and Adult Sabo, and I'm like, that is actually pretty perfect for my Gecko Moria turn. Because I just got a 5-drop Sabo the last turn off the search, or off the trigger, so replaced. I go 5 in, he gives me a 1k, and I go Kuzan, draw a card, and I just pass. Not much to do at this point. He doesn't really threaten to pop my Kuzan yet. Wait. 5. Yeah, he doesn't threaten to pop my Kuzan yet because he did go Law turn 2, minusing a Dawn, which just kind of gave me a chance to, you know, be free to do whatever I please. I get to go to my 6 Dawn turn because no Magellans to hurt me yet. So I have 5 Dawn. I'm going to go ahead and swing 6, forcing a 2k or the Law or the Kid with a 1k. So either way, I'm getting a card either off the field or out of the hand, or you can just take it. I do think pressuring purple Luffy is a strong strategy here because he's going to take his own life and he doesn't want to. But goes ahead and takes it. I drop the Sabo because why not? And I get literally the 2 perfect cards I need. I'm going to go ahead and fill up this trash with cards I don't need. And yeah, so now we have 2 Gecko Morias. We have a Finger Pistol, so the Kid is not an issue anymore. And I got the Kuzan to bring anything into range if it gets too big. So we're feeling good. We're feeling good right now. Alright, so he's going to go ahead and play 7-cost Kid, and I'm like, sweet, I got Kuzan, I got Finger Pistol, we're feeling good. Kid effect to get a Dawn back, and he just goes ahead and passes. If he swings to anything, I'm just going to block it, so it doesn't matter. And yeah, here's a pretty momentum-based turn, right? So if I can clear out this entire board, think this through properly, I should be fine to just do, again, whatever I want. And I'm trying to see if I can fit a Flampe turn in to see if I can go ahead and just do something. So I go 7 at life minus the 7-cost Kid. And I'm like, alright, I can fit the Finger Pistol. I got 2 Dawn left. I can go Flampe to get me down to 2. And then from 2, I can just keep working on it. And so 7 in. He's going to go Gatling. And there's the lemonade. Yep. Lemonade. Just spilled all over. Thankfully, my opponent is helping me get my cards before it goes. And my wife went and ran to grab paper towels. And there we go, we saved it. We saved it. I will give us a second to get back to where we're supposed to be. Alright, and we're back. New mat, you know. Well, not a new mat, but I got my other mat. This is why you bring 2 mats and why you sleeve your cards. So, last thing we did was he countered out of my 7k swing. I brought down his Kid. And now I'm going to go ahead and Finger Pistol the Kid. That sentence sounds really weird out loud. But then I go ahead and go 7. We're going to get rid of some of these blockers. I've already put enough pressure on the board to where he's going to have to drop cards or sacrifice something, right? So, goes 6. And I contemplated for like a split second on swinging the Sabo into the Kid. But, oh yeah, I just had to rearrange my life. It was in the wrong order. But yeah, I contemplated swinging into the Kid again, but I didn't think it was worth it because a Rush Kaido does just feel bad. No matter what happens here. And if he does swing 5 anywhere, I would like to just null it out with a Sabo. And then my deck got knocked over too. It's a thing. It's a rough match right now. But it's fine. We actually have a very good game on our hands, so I'm not upset as long as everything is good. Again, we had card sleeves, no cards were damaged, and we are chilling. So he did play another 7 cost, he got a Don back, so he's gonna just go 8 into the Kuzan. I have a Gecko Moria in hand, and I'm thinking, like, if I need to, I can just bring the Kuzan back and draw another card, because honestly, I can play a Gecko Moria, get the Gecko Moria, get the Kuzan back, play a 2 cost something, and, you know, just roll it out from there. So I'm okay with the Kuzan going away. I do want this 7 cost kid gone though, and I don't have a clean way to deal with that right now. I'm at 10 Don, so I do have a lot of room. I'm still at 3 life, so I can't even do the big combo plays. But I think I end up, if I'm not mistaken, I do a very cool play here with the Gecko Moria that I heard from just like watching a tip video. So I get 2 Don, and I use the Luffy effect to trash Luffy, so that way I can set up my trash properly. I go 8 Don to play the Gecko Moria. Gecko Moria, we're gonna play Hiyori and Luffy, and then Hiyori effect, we're gonna take my life, which was a Sabo, so I could have done this without trashing the Luffy, and we're gonna put a Luffy on life. Then we'll go Luffy effect to play the Luffy, and we'll bring my leader up to 7. So in this scenario, I did lose a card from hand by discarding the Luffy and not healing, but I was able to go up to 7k, which just kind of gives me a little bit of protection since his leader is gonna be 7. So I get to go 9 into his life, trying to force something here, and I get to establish my 5 cost Luffy, which will help me drain my own life, because I do have a Flampe in hand, which will let me just burn myself even quicker if I need to. I go ahead and I do the Luffy effect, so that way I just go down to 1 life, trash and draw, and boom, another Sabo. Feeling really good now. I go ahead and swing Sabo in, because if there is a Kaido turn coming anyway, he's just going to die. So he's gonna block and 1k, and I'm like, alright, cool, that's just another card out of the hand. I actually don't think he had to block there because his leader was at 6. But it's okay, like, it didn't change the math. Either way, it was a 1k counter. So now he's got a lot to deal with here. My board got very big out of just 1 play, and he's just gonna start to block her up here. I'm at 1 life though, which feels kind of bad for him because my Luffy will just get me there now. Minus effect from Queen, get it back from Kid, draw 2, trash 1. Queen's a busted card, let's be honest. That's such a good card. He trashes a Magellan, and now he's got 6 Don left, so he's gonna figure out how he wants to swing here, or play something else. I don't remember. But he's got to deal with this Sabo now that I'm swinging with it. I am going to go to 1 life regardless of what he does here, whether he hits me or not. So he's going to swing 8. No, thinking. Let's see what the game plan is here. So he goes 5 to play another kid. I see, because now he can swing 8 into something -1 and get 1 back off the second kid's effect. He's going to go 8 into the Sabo, gets it back off the kid with the leader effect, putting his leader at 6. I just let the Sabo go. I don't need to defend it. I have plays that I need to make, and I kind of want him to hit my life and put me at 1 or not swing at all. Like, I want to put him on, like, swing at me and I take my life, or don't swing at me and I take my life. But if he does swing here, I do get to add the life to hand. If he doesn't swing, I have to burn it. So there's a little bit of debate there. But he does just go ahead and pass, which is, I think, the better play. Just 1 less card for me to put in my hand. Well, I guess either way I get to it, right? Yeah, because I get to draw for turn. But I drew into no counter instead of getting counter. So I go 8 with Luffy into his 8 cost kid. He's only got 2 cards in hand, so he can defend this as much as he wants. My goal is, again, to just trying to drain him of his resource and blockers. There's just too many things here for me to deal with to go for a game, especially when he's sitting at 3 life. So he goes 1k, I go 9 in, which is going to force a blocker unless he has a 2k. And him not dropping a 2k there shows me that I can swing 8 at this all day and I'm going to get a leader. Or not a leader, a kid. So I get my Luffy to get 2 done. Go ahead and planning out my turn accordingly. I'm gonna just block her up like so much. So I trash 1 for the leader effect, get 2 Sabos into my life, and then I'm double checking to make sure I have 2 Sabos, and I do. So I rest 8. I go Gecko effect. We're gonna get rid of these guys to go ahead and play these 2, and then we're just gonna, you know, go through the motions. Sabo, 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 and that's gonna put me at a 7k stat line, which is a 9k leader. And then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna run this back and do it again, and that's gonna put us up all the way to the 9k, so we're at 11k with the Dawn underneath. I trash an Ace and a Sabo because I don't feel like I need those anymore, and my hand is pretty full. I'm a 9k leader, 11k into the kid. He's gonna block with the kid, and I don't have anything else to swing with here, but this board state is menacing. Like, looking at this, it's rough. The game could end just next turn with all these swings. I am slowly running out of gas, but when in doubt, just heal it out. I could just throw 2 life into my life pool at any time, and he would have to double Kaido me, which is not really possible for Luffy back to back with all these bodies that I have going on. Even a Kaido here does not get him out because he will only be able to swing with the Kaido and the kid, and if I have 2 blockers, like, that's fine. Let's see, 1 Dawn, 10, yeah, 10k swings out by a 2k counter, which I have the Hiyori, and another 10k swing out with another 2k or a blocker. So yeah, he's just gonna block her up. He drew another kid, probably his best route that he can do right now, and he's just got to decide on how he's gonna do this. He's gonna go ahead and swing, it looks like 9. Yeah, he's gonna swing 9 into thinking, because a 2k counter will get him out of the Luffy, 1k counter will get it out of the Gecko Moria, 1k counter gets out of life. Like, he's probably got to put more on here to force a different card, but he's gonna go ahead and go 9 into Luffy, forcing a 2k or blocker. And I don't really want him to swing at my Gecko, so I'm gonna go ahead and 2k this because it is just 1 card. A 1-for-1 exchange is what really does it here. And then he's gonna go 11, I believe. And this is the point where I have to think, like, do I have enough things in hand to play out another Sabo if I go ahead and block? And do I need this Sabo to go for game? I go ahead and I let the Luffy go, and I pass. So I could have honestly just did block with Sabo, play Sabo again because I do have a Kid Sabo in hand. But I also might have another Sabo in trash, and having 3 Sabo seems better than having 2. So I'm going to go 9 into the kid with 1 card in hand. It has to be a 2k. It's either 2k or blocker, so that's what I'm going for here. I could swing into life, but if I swing into life, he gets more cards. And the harder for him to find a 9-drop Kaido, the better. So he goes ahead and he 2ks. I'm like, alright, well, this will kill it, right? He's got to decide if he's going to keep it up. Does he keep blockers, or does he keep the 1k stat line? And he's going to go ahead and try to keep the 1k. And I'm like, alright, well, I got to get Luffy up there to kill. But I am running out of things. So I go Garp. And Garp does find everything I would ever want. Another Sabo. Or Rocket Luffy? Rocket Luffy. Rocket Luffy plus Ice Age seems pretty strong. I don't have a Gecko to play, so that is a bummer for me, but not for him. He's probably happy that I don't have another Gecko to play. So I'm just counting out my Dawn here. So I need 2 for Sabo, 1 for Ice Age, 2 for Luffy. Got to figure out how I want to do this. So I'm going to go ahead, put 2 onto the Luffy leader, and I will use the effect. I will trash a Sabo from my hand, and I will heal the Sabo and a Luffy. So seeing that I put that Luffy in life means I do not have a regular Luffy to put into there, or not a regular, yeah, a Kid Luffy to put the Rocket Luffy out, which would kill the kid. So don't have it, so I got to see if I can draw something, and I do draw it, which kind of sucks now that I have the wrong Luffy in life. But you know, it is what it is. I just gotta kind of just play around whatever I can. I have enough Dawn to swing, or I have enough power here to swing at the... Oh, I was still trashing off the Sabo. I think I trashed 10 cost and the Rocket Luffy. I now am big enough to swing at this 7 cost kid, which will result in another blocker or a... Like, yeah, another blocker or just him letting the kid go. I do get it, and I'm like, you know what? You can't save it forever. I'll go ahead and swing. I have 2 blockers, so even... And I'm under Sabo protection, so even a 9 cost Kaido won't get me. And just so you guys know, that Luffy on the very end is in life. That is not a character right now. Debating on how greedy I want to get here, if I want to make my leader bigger or not. If he drops Kaido, he can't pop anything. If he doesn't drop Kaido, I don't know. It's like a weird scenario where like I don't have to do anything here, but I also can do something here. I go ahead and I just swing 6 because again, with the Sabo protection and just another Sabo, I am able to live a turn no matter what. I go ahead and I play over this Sabo, play Luffy, Luffy effect, play this Luffy, bring my leader up to 9, making it easier to defend. So now I have guaranteed that if he does drop a Kaido, he won't be able to kill me because I have a Sabo blocker and his leader won't be able to get big enough to do 2 swings. So yes, I am susceptible to a double swing. He just does not have the ability to do so, and I am just setting up for game. Usually when you drop 2 Gecko Morias, the game is going to end soon. Especially when you just have a wall of characters, and all he has is 2 2Ks in hand, and he's just going to have to do something here. Yeah, he's just going to go swing 15 in. Let's see how this plays out. I just block it. Just a block. And I draw Gecko Moria, which is very tragic for him. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll probably just start poking, see if I can get the last 2 cards out of his hand. If the cards come out of his hand, the rest of the game is a wrap. So I'm going to swing 8. If he can counter out of it, that's both cards. And if he doesn't counter out of it, then I just start swinging just bigger numbers. I think he's deciding here on how he's going to do it. If there's even math that has him survive. So if he can counter out of this, the 2 Gecko Morias put him down to 0. And I think it's just bleak. So again, if he does counter out of this, it's just easy math for the rest of the game. So he's gonna go ahead, he counters out. So now I can just see like I go 5, then I can go 7, but I don't have to go 7. I can just go 9 and 9, and that is going to be the game. Even with 2 2Ks, he can't survive that. And look at that. He did not see any Kaidos that game. I don't know how much they would have changed, but it did look like I had a bunch of counter in hand. Plus, I left all my Dawn open to do another Gecko Moria play. So yeah, it was just looking bad. He was 6 away. Yeah, 6 away from Kaido. But yeah, good game, Purple Luffy. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.